Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Assassination of Orange, a Foreworld SideQuest by Joseph Brassey, performed by Michael Page. Chapter 1. To Kill a Prince. Antwerp, 1582. His footsteps were lost on the cobbles of the street, buried under the noise of continuous foot traffic. Crowds were leaving church, and the sound of birds in the harbour echoed in his mind as the timid man moved toward his destination. Here, in the very capital of the revolution, he would do as his master bid him, and he would be compensated. He held a paper in one hand, and the hem of his coat sleeve concealed the pistol he had procured. His hands shook as he addressed the halberdiers who stood outside the gate. "I bring a petition for His Highness the Prince of Orange," he said, the words practiced hundreds of times before his master's mirror. His breath almost caught on the syllables, but the guards took it for the fear that was due the Prince of Orange, and they believed him. They did not even search him before he proceeded inward. Bells tolled in the grey skies, his shoes shuffling against the ground as he passed through gardens and grand ornate doors of worked wood and wrought iron, finer than any he'd walked through in his life. He steeled himself, focusing on what lay on the other side of the killing, a reward grand enough to never again be the simple man he'd been before now. Immortality, money, status. Those things made walking through the doors easier, and he did it. The walls were hung with tapestries, the windows gave the building a light that illuminated a breadth of space he'd never experienced save in church. He passed people, recalling in his mind over and over again every detail he'd been given about the interior of the prince's household, the right turns to take, how to not miss the important room at the important time. A king's ransom awaited him on the other side. He could not afford to balk, could not afford to slip when the balance was in his hands. He had come here with reason and purpose, and even if his courage failed, those who would put him up to the task would not tolerate failure. For the good of God, for those who know best the course of the world, you must do this. The words echoed in his mind as he turned a corner. Light flooded from the door to the dining hall, and the sounds of laughter and music poured into the hall without. Men with halberds stood on either side of the entryway, and they barred his path when he approached, seeing the paper in his hand.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?